wanna get away, but I could use some company. If you're alone like me, we could go on a trip. Girl, I wanna see the sun, dive into the deep ocean, dance with you all night long, move as you swing your hips. Let's take a break from the stress and the hate. Feel the loving, feel the rhythm, singing oh na na, oh na na. I wanna go.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for coming. This is the Charge Room Show. I am Eliasa Simpson Bakari, aka Coach Illy, and we are here tonight in the Monday mindset, right? Mindset Mondays, right? Mindset Mondays, this is a place where you can come and feel safe because we are all about having healthy mental health, y'all, all about having healthy mental health. This is the place where we understand that life will throw you sour lemons. And here in the Charge Room Show, this is the safe space where we will teach you how to make sweet lemonade out of those sour lemons, right? Because life gonna life us. Life is gonna life us. But here every single Monday and Mindset Mondays is to stimulate your mind, show you different strategies on how you can take on challenges and not suffer and be overwhelmed by them. So this week, we got a good one. We have a good one. Rewriting personal narratives. Now, let me break that down. It's called saying goodbye to your yesterdays, letting go of your past and embracing your true self. And a lot of times, what we forget that every day that we wake up, we are changed. We are different people. We look different. We sound different, we feel different, but we don't really realize it until one day something significant happens in our lives. And most times it's through crisis. Most time it's through crisis. Most time it's through a heartbreak or a setback. Most times where we start to look at ourselves and we start to look different as we get older, we will begin to look, feel, and think differently because of those experiences that brings us to places that we really understand that we're different. So most times now, because we think that we're still young and beautiful, right? When we get older, the creaks and cracks and bends and breaks, it's a little harder to stand back up. So listen, our past experiences are often ways that we shape ourselves and we view ourselves and what's around us and in our world, right? So over time, these experiences can lead to the formation of labels. We'll label ourselves, we'll judge ourselves that no longer serves us. And not only that, we'll do it, but other people will do it for us. And we believe that thing. So a lot of times somebody say, oh, you so bad. You was a bad child. You are a bad this, or you are a bad that, or you're annoying, or you're call you all kind of names. And you get called those names so much, you get labels. You are labeled so long that you tend to believe these things. Well, I'm gonna let you know. Today's the day we're going to rewrite your personal narratives against yourself, and you're going to let go of yesterday and tell your yesterday, goodbye, goodbye. Okay. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to acknowledge. We're going to acknowledge ourselves. We're going to take a moment and reflect. Right. We're gonna, how about if we even look in the mirror? Look in the mirror. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, look in your phone, turn on the camera, and look at yourself and say, self, I love me. But some people can't even look themselves in the mirror, right? They can't look at themselves in the mirror or in the camera or see a reflection of themselves and say, I love me. What they do is, oh, look at my eyes, look at my skin, look at my hair. And the first thing you start doing is talking negative about yourself. What happened to this? What is this on my face? Look at my neck. Oh, you will complain all about yourself to yourself. Oh, I'm fat. Oh, I'm too skinny. Oh, I can't fit this. You start complaining about yourself. Listen, you will not succeed with having peace in your spirit because you're constantly stressed out of what you think you not or what you think you are. That's a label you're labeling yourself. That's a label maybe someone else gave to you and you took it on, put it on your back and tied it into a cape on your shoulders, right? And took it and you carried it. You started flying around the world with it. Listen, you have to change the way you internalize things. Listen, it's you're judging yourself. You're putting negative labels on yourself. So what you can do, for example, is tell yourself, I'm not good at handling stress. Identify exactly what you're going through. I'm always the one to be left out of situations. Oh, nobody invites me to things. Or, I'm the black sheep of the family. Write down exactly how you feel and remember the stories, because again we have to acknowledge these things. Remember the stories that you have formed in the specific incidences, the instant that made you feel this way, the instant that someone gave you feedback about yourself, the instant time that someone hurt you. You sit and you write those things down, how it affects you, and it affects your self-esteem, and it affects your expectations of people, places, and things. And once acknowledge these things, you recognize that this is the first step to changing these things. Because remember, the way to change something is first acknowledging the problem. So when you sit back and you figure out who, what, when, where, who did it, who did it, why, who made you feel this way. Acknowledge that this is a problem for me. I don't like the way that person spoke to me. I don't like the way that person made me feel. I don't like when that person called me fat. I didn't like when that person called me ugly. I didn't like when somebody called me bald-headed and or you can't cook or you the black sheep, nobody likes you. Write those things down and recognize that this is a problem. This is a problem because it messes with your head. It messes with your self-esteem. So now that we acknowledge the problem, that this is the problem, we're going to challenge limited beliefs. We're going to challenge each statement that someone says. Is this true? Is this what someone is saying true? So you have to ask yourself, what evidence support or contradicts what they're saying or what you said about yourself? What evidence supports that? And where did it come from? Right? Where did it come from? Was it from someone else, or did you conjure this up yourself in your head? Who is the power source for you believing this thing, right? And how does this belief serve me? Does it protect me? Does it hold me back from doing anything because I feel I'm the black sheep, right? Sometimes when people feel that they're inadequate, they don't want to be social butterflies. They feel that they can't talk or have conversations with people. They're afraid. The first thing they'll say is, "Oh, I don't like people," or "I don't have any friends." Who told you that? You made yourself believe that because somebody put you in a corner and close the door? Listen, we are going to challenge these things that people said or we said about ourselves to be true. Is this true? Does it serve me? It does not. For instance, if you believe that you're not good enough, consider the achievements, the qualities, the resilience you've shown in areas of your life. Think about it. What evidence contradicts this negative story that you created about yourself? So listen, ask yourself, what are you good at? Some people are great coordinators. They know how to coordinate things. They know how to put things together. And women are really great coordinators. We don't realize it, but just being a mom, getting your children up in the morning and off to school, that takes coordination. To get your child up, you up, out to school, you taking them to school, that takes coordination. You're good at that. Some people are good working administratively. They know how to put charts together. They know how to put graphs together. They know how to put Word documents together. They know how to type. They know how to type unbelievably without looking. That's something good in that. You're a bit that thing benefits you. Who are you in your job? Are you that person that everyone comes to because you're resourceful? You always have the answer. You always know where everything is. But outside of work, people always blacklist you. You have to ask yourself these things. There is something that you are good at. And guess what? You're good at surviving because you're still here. If you don't even want to say that. So let's take it back again. Remember, someone said something about you or you said something about yourself. Acknowledge that this is what it is. Listen, I said this about myself. Now challenge what you're saying about yourself. Are you saying that this is true? Oh, I am fat. So if this is what you're saying, are you saying you're fat? None of your clothes fit. So ask yourself, what are you going to do about it? So you have to rewrite the narrative here. This is the part. Start crafting the new story. What aligns to be true and what you deserve. So if someone's saying you're fat or you're saying you're fat, listen, first of all, change how that sounds. Okay, I have gained weight over the years. But ask yourself, this is the part where you rewrite. Are you comfortable with your weight? And if you're comfortable with your weight, forget about what anyone has to say. Be pleasant and plump. Be pleasant and happy with your size. Be happy with yourself. Now, if you are not happy with your weight, you have to put in the work to do something about it. You have to rewrite this narrative. Yes, I have gained weight over the years. Yes, I'm going to say yes to me and I want to take some of this weight off. You have to use positive language. Use language that empowers you. Use language that aligns with your new posture and your new narrative. Okay. So don't, again, we have to replace the ugly words and put positive words. Stop saying what you can't and what you won't do or what you don't understand or this is a good one. Oh, well, this is how I am. Well, if this is how I am is benefiting you or not, you have to acknowledge that because some people are nasty, cranky, moody, just evil, judgmental. They complain about everything. How is that posture benefiting your life right now? Help me out. How, no, help you out. Ask yourself, is this placing you in a place where you are always by yourself, where you say, I don't like people and I don't have any friends and I don't want to be bothered with no one? You don't want to be bothered with anyone, right? Who really wants to be by themselves? Come on. Who really doesn't want to have a friend that they can hang out with, do things with, or friends, groups of friends that y'all can come together and just share love? First of all, we are in this world not to be by ourselves. We are in this world to love each other. Love each other. But the only way you can love someone else, I'm telling y'all, is you have to love yourself first. And 9 times out of 10, that cranky, funky, judgmental, complaining person cannot look in the mirror and say, I love me. That same person cannot look in the mirror and say, hey, I want to be with me. I would love to hang around with me. I would love to marry me. I would love to, have dinner with me. I bet you they can't say that. You can't want something from someone else and you are not that. You are not that giving of to someone else as you want someone to give you. Most times, 9 times out of 10, people will say, "Oh, I wish I was doing A, B, and C." But what makes your wishes come true? But to speak them, this is what I want, and then do them. So once you speak something, an action should follow. So if you speak, I want love, then an action should follow. You ought to want to give love. So if you are not giving love to yourself, how can you possibly expect someone to love you? Because you are not loving yourself. How could you expect someone to come to you when you are not giving the attention or the aroma of I want to be loved? So having a all tight up and keeping things closed off, you are not giving open energy for someone to say, wow, I want to meet that person. They seem very open and loving. But if you grunting and closed off, who wants to talk to you? Who wants you in their circle? If you are a constant chronic complainer, who wants you around? Because I know I would be tired of you. I am one, I do not like complaints. Because my thing is, if you can complain, you can do something about it. There's no reason to complain. At least put some effort. Again, if you're going to speak something, an action should follow. So if you're going to complain about anything, I don't care what it is, there's something that you can do to help benefit the surrounding, benefit the meeting, benefit the situation, benefit the experience. Sometimes stop looking at something and do something about it. You got to do something about it. Oh, this one didn't do this for me. Well, did you do that for them? Ask yourself. You can't want something from someone else when you're not willing to give. Again, speaking, and that is followed by inaction. So again, think of your process of writing your next chapter of your life story, because you are the author and finisher of your story. You may have had challenges yesterday, challenges last year, challenges for all of your life. But there's a day that you have the opportunity to say, you know what? Something has to be done differently. Something has to change because I don't like where I'm at in my life. I don't like how this feels. I don't like being alone. I don't like not having friends. I don't like not having a loving spirit around me. You have to change that. You have to be loved. You have to be loved. So again, write your own future. Speak something, but then follow it with an action, right? What values and aspirations guide you? You have to ask yourself that. And with that, you have to put in affirmations. Right, speak life into yourself. And you have to practice self-compassion. Rewriting your personal narratives takes time and effort. It's the action. It's the action. Be kind to yourself during this process. Give yourself grace, because a lot of times what we do as our own person, we do not give ourselves grace. We do not allow us a platform to feel our emotions and our feelings. When people do something to hurt us or tell us things that hurt us, and we get angry and shut things down and off instead of feeling and then be compassionate. Like, ask yourself, is this true what they said about me? And then challenge that thing. Because people will tell you stuff all the time because they're just mean. People will see the shine in you and don't see it in themselves, and they'll say something nasty to you so they can be you could be in the dark because they're in the dark. Don't let people say anything to you when you believe it. People, so many people, they want your shine. So because they can't have your shine, or they don't feel confident enough to shine like you're shining, or even ask you, well, Dad, what are you doing to shine every day? What light is on you? Instead of, asking you that because they too prideful, they just too prideful. They can't do it. Oh, I wouldn't. But the evil in them, because they're so prideful, they won't ask, and they will stunt their own growth. Asking always gets education. You receive education, you receive growth with asking questions. So you'll know something, you'll learn something new and different. So you have to put these things into practice. If you want to know something, you have to ask questions. And if you feel funky about it and don't want to ask people, Google and Chat GBT answers any question. So you can get an idea of how to handle something. So make each day an opportunity, y'all. Make it an opportunity to grow and redefine your story. Write a letter to your younger self. Express forgiveness. We have a challenge forgiving in general, just forgiving. Forgive other people because they hurt you. Forgiveness is so important because it releases you from bitterness and anger and frustration that you have from people, places, and things. So when you forgive something, you're releasing a negative energy so you can receive positive energy and you can feel better about yourself. You can sleep better at night. So forgive yourself for being the person you did not know you were. And we're going to go there. Forgive yourself for not being the person that you ought to be. Forgive yourself for making wrong decisions. Forgive yourself for being at the wrong places and you knew you shouldn't have been there. Forgive yourself for not being with people that you should have been with. Forgive yourself for not handling your life better than you did. Forgive yourself and give yourself some understanding, right? Give understanding. I did this because this is what I could do at the time. I did this because this is all I knew. I did this because this is what I was taught. Listen, it's a new day and a new time, a new era. Right? There's too much information that shows you how to be different and better. So you have to celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself with small victories, baby steps, work. And I constantly harp on that. Don't think you have to jump and leap to levels of that's not even in your era yet. Take small steps. Celebrate yourself because you changed your lipstick. Celebrate yourself because you took a shower today and you didn't take a shower in months. Celebrate yourself that you changed the style of dress that you're using, you wore, right? Celebrate yourself because you cut people off that you shouldn't have been with. Celebrate yourself that you desire to have different and more. Celebrate yourself because you stopped being an addict and you said, I want to be clean. Celebrate yourself that you got saved and said, I accept God in my life. Celebrate yourself because you woke up today. Celebrate yourself that you said, I want different. And I don't know how, but at least you acknowledge. And at least you acknowledge to yourself that you don't know how, but you want to learn and you are open to learning and growing. Celebrate your victories so you can move forward to your new narrative and surround yourself with people who affirm your worth. Stop being around people who do not understand that you are worth something and you are a worthy somebody, that you matter. You are everything. And you have to know it and believe it to carry that in your heart. I promise you, your posture will be different. You won't allow people in your cipher to put you down or say things to you that are not true, even if you ignore them or say I'm not talking to them because they only saying negative things to me. It's okay. Step away from that table, step away from that room, step away from that platform, because that room is just full of negativity, complaining people, toxic people. They sucking you dry. Stay out of that room. Even if you sit alone in a room by yourself, I promise you, if you change the way you think, feel, and move about yourself, people will see it and you will pull people to you that have the same light you have. Listen, everything ends and begins with you. You have to start growing. You have to change your mind from negative self talk, negative thinking. Stop picking at yourself. If you got pimples on your face, so what? You can clear the pimples. Get some acne cleanser. You feel you have big lips? So what? Get lipstick that will accentuate defining your lips so they won't look so large. You have the wrong foundation on your face, get a new one. You wear makeup, but you really don't want to wear makeup. Stop wearing makeup. If you in a job that you don't want to do, I know it's challenging, but start looking for other jobs that you want to do. You have a social network that you no longer want to be associated with. Change the rooms that you're in. But surround yourself with people recognize your worth. You are valuable. Please know that and visualize your new self. Take a few moments out of each day and say, I want to be this person. I want to feel this way. I want to act this way. Envision and motivate yourself to be a grounding force to help you change your personal narrative. And then seek support. Sometimes rewriting deep rooted narratives requires guidance. Maybe you can't do this by yourself. Maybe it's too hard for you, but seek help or reach out to someone that can understand where you're coming from, a therapist, a counselor, or mental health groups that you can sit and talk about your situation. The group therapy is always great because you realize you are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone with your problem. You are not the only one that went through this thing. You are not the only one that had this crisis. Remember, you are the author of your life story. So while we're here, still here on earth, you can't erase the past, but you can rewrite that future. You can shape your future to be different from yesterday. You can let go every label that somebody gave you, and even the labels that you gave yourself. Stop judging and allowing people to judge you. Stop listening to that madness. That toxicity is not your room. Get out of that room. Embrace your truth. Find out who you really are and work towards staying the person that you want to be. Always walk towards what you want. Embrace your truth. You are capable. You are resilient. You are deserving. So understand everything ends and begins with you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, again, we talked about rewriting our narratives. I want you to know that you are important. Please like us, share our stories, our shows every week. We are on YouTube. If you missed any story, any topic, we have been talking every Monday. Subscribe to YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook. Follow us in the charge room. Listen, we are here to help. If you need coaching, I am always available. Inbox me, call me. Let me help you be a better you. It is one journey that we live in life, And we have choices, y'all. We have choices. You have the authorized authority to be whoever you want to be. So thank you for stopping by. My name is Eliasa Simpson Bakari, and I'll see you next Monday in the charge room. Bye bye.
I wanna get away, but I could use some company.